Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming back. I had a listener get in touch with me about the Martina Navratilova Serena Williams controversy. So he was like, Serena should be number one because Serena's won more major tournaments than Martina and Steffi. And which is true. Serena won 23 Grand Slam tournaments, Steffi won 22, and Martina only won 18. But there's some more criteria that I would think you would have to look at. So the total tournaments won by Serena Williams besides Grand Slam. So 23 Grand Slam, but she won 73 regular tournaments. Well, Steffi won 107 regular tournaments, and Martina won 167 regular tournaments. So Martina, in essence, won 90 more regular tournaments than Serena. Martina won 177 doubles tournaments. Steffi only won 5, but Serena only won 14. So Serena's 14 doubles tournaments compared to Martina's 177 doubles championships, and Martina's 167 regular tournaments compared to Serena's 73 tournaments, that should put you over the top. So when you play singles in a tournament, most of the tournament, they also have doubles. So not only is Martina winning in the singles tournament, but she's also coming back later that day or earlier that day, and she's winning in the doubles tournament. So at the end of the year, the tennis circuit has a tournament, the WTA Championship, that they invite the top 8 players to. Martina won that 8 times, Steffi 7, and Serena only 5 times. So the overall numbers is what I'm getting at to why I would put Martina over Serena. And plus, she did that against a tougher schedule, a strength of schedule, because like Caroline Wozniak she won maybe 4 tournaments and Grand Slam tournaments in her career. She's over $50 million rich. She got her money elsewhere. She didn't get her money from tournaments. Anna Kournikova, when I mentioned her, she never won a Grand Slam tournament, and she's over $60 million rich. She got her money elsewhere. These girls, hey, if I ain't got a good backhand, I ain't got to sit here and work on my backhand. I just go take a picture for a magazine and get my money. I'm not going to keep trying to work on my game, especially if I'm trying to beat a beast like Serena. Serena was that good. She intimidated them so much that they probably didn't want to work as hard because they can get their money elsewhere. Serena was over $350 million rich, and only $95 million of that, roughly, came from tennis. She made over $200 million elsewhere. But back in the day when Martina and Steffi was playing, they had to get that money on that tennis court. So them and 20, 30 other players regularly was on that tennis court. Then they were playing. Okay, so that's the thing with the Serena winning more majors than Martina. Why I had Martina over her, because Martina overall record 167 to 73 total tournaments. That's alarming. So that's why I put Martina ahead. So another thing I wanted to touch on was my sister wanted me to mention about Jerry Jones and his decision making. Well, surprisingly, on this situation with Michael Parsons, I'm with Jerry Jones. I'm with Jerry Jones because Michael Parsons plays defense, which is he's on the defensive side of the ball with 10 other people. It's 11 players on defense. Well, if Cowboys fans, they know they didn't make the playoff last year. Dallas didn't make the playoff with Michael Parsons. So there wasn't a good team. 2 years ago, so let's go to 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Dallas made the playoff. If you look at that schedule, again, I'm high on strength of schedule. So if you look at that schedule, they beat a lot of bad teams. Matter of fact, they probably beat all the bad teams on their schedule. They run the score up on bad teams, make them look, hey, man, we're great. They beat one playoff team that year in Philly, and Philly really wasn't that good. They got blew out in the first round of the playoffs. But let's go back to the biggest game of the year in the regular season. So they beat up on all the chumps. They beat up on my boys, the Patriots, and all the bad teams. So they had the big Sunday night game against San Francisco with Michael Parsons out there. San Francisco put up 42 points on Dallas in 3 quarters. They could have put 60 if they wanted to. So if you're not helping me win the big games, then I can't give you $50 million a year. You're not making, that don't make my team better giving you $50 million a year. So the next big game was the playoff game, which Michael Parsons was there. They played Green Bay. Green Bay had 27-0 lead at halftime. Michael Parsons was out there and had 27-0 lead at halftime. So what I'm trying to say is that if you got 11 players on the defense, one person is not going to elevate this defense to being great because he hasn't already done it. They haven't been past the first round of the playoffs, and I don't think he's only been to 2 playoffs, if 2. So when he wants to take up, so you was making $15 million a year, and we was getting beat down. Now you go to $18 million a year, and we lost. Well, I mean, we never made the playoff the year he made the $18 million a year. So you want to raise now to $47 million? So the NFL has a salary cap, and in that salary cap, you have like $280 million to spread out on 53 players. So Dak Prescott gets $60 million, CD's getting $15. That's $75. The 2 linemen, they combined, right tackles who protect the quarterbacks, they're combined for another $30 million. There may be $100-something, $80 million left. And if I give Michael Parsons $47 million of that, I got 45 more players I got to pay. So there's no way you can make your team. I'm like this. If I can't get you to be a great defensive player or within this team concept at $20 million a year, then how are you going to be one at $47 million? Because that's going to take more money from other players. And obviously, if we're going to make the playoffs, we need more better players on our defense in order to get to the playoffs. So if I give you a raise of $27 million, I can't go sign nobody else. It's not going to make the Cowboys good. You got a defensive Pro Bowler in return and 2 draft picks. It might not affect Dallas this year, but going further in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm quite sure their defense will be a lot better. And then you can build a championship team. But before the Michael Parsons trade, the Dallas Cowboys was predicted to finish either 3rd or 4th in their division, last. So it wasn't like they was going to the Super Bowl this year anyway. So this one I have to agree with Jerry Jones. You just, because of the salary cap, when you allowed so much money to pay 53 players, there's no way you can give a defensive player, one player, $47 million. And Green Bay was able to do it because they don't have a second big contract like Dallas have in CD. And Green Bay defense was good before Michael Parsons got on it. So don't let Michael Parsons go there. They go to the playoff or even the Super Bowl and say, see, Dallas, Green Bay already had a good defense. They already had a good team. So he just enhanced it. You can help it, but if you need more players like Dallas clearly need more players, then giving him all that money just didn't make no sense. Thank you.